Hello. Welcome to the Sunday Diaries, a podcast where I, Sean,
and I'm Melanie,
watch and discuss every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and how the related themes of the episodes impact our lives.
this is a very special episode.
Because we're together in person.
Ah,
So we're squeezing in a recording.
squeeze it in, baby.
And we are watching Season 3, Episode 13, The Zeppo.
I couldn't predict what this one was about.
No?
The title did not give me anything. And Sean said, this is all I know about it. Sean said, I'm kind of sad that the episode we're recording together in person is the Zeppo. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I did start watching it a little bit before we started recording it. It actually is better than what I remember.
All right, so we're going to do this one where we're watching it in real time, and we'll give our thoughts in between.
All right, let's go.
Okay. So we start off with just right straight into a fight scene where there's some kind of a demon guy, Party City demon.
A bluish, blinky.
Blues, it's kind of like an orc out of Lord of the Rings, right? But his voice is not like an orc out of Lord of the Rings. It's like this. And there's the Latin. Faith is there. She's back from her walkabout. Giles is there, even though he was fired. And Willow is doing some kind of Latin incantation with a witchy candle.
Yes, I did get it translated before we watched.
Oh, okay.
We are no longer in the dark.
That's what she's saying. That's the Latin. Saying. We are no longer in the dark. Mm-hmm. All right. So maybe this is going to be like, this is really what happened at the end, and we're going to flash back to what got them there. To this scene.
I like your theory.
Thank you.
I have issues with Buffy's hair.
You always have issues with Buffy hair. It's kind of like crimpy. But not. But she doesn't have bangs.
No, she does not have bangs.
Oh, you know.
I'm not digging the crimp.
Yeah. digging the crimp. That's a band name. So, and I guess Xander is there too.
Find out that the spell was something that Willow did to, I guess, cloud up the room to make it harder for the demons to see them.
Sure.
And then she removed it at the end.
Yeah. Oh, so we're no longer in the dark.
Yes.
I got it. Okay. And Xander climbs out from under some boxes or something, and I guess he got knocked out early in the fight.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And that's it.
Okay.
He's a doofus.
You did say that when he climbed out.
Okay. So the gist of this is that Xander messed up, and he's going to get hurt if he keeps doing what he's doing, and they're like, you need to just be at the back of the group.
Hey, back during the fights. Okay, Jimmy Olsen reference.
Do you know who Jimmy Olsen is?
I can't finish with Jimmy Olsen. I watched Supergirl.
Okay, that's right.
It's very different Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, yeah?
I also remember over Lois and Clark in the 90s. It's a different Jimmy Olsen.
Okay, good. All right. So then we get credit. There, okay, we open on in the courtyard of the school, and some guys playing football, and Xander's trying to be involved. Third grade, please, somebody like me. Doofus. This is the Xander's doofus episode. I can already tell.
It's funny because when we finished up the last one, I told you the Zeppo, and you're pondering about, and you said Xander, and then you stopped.
Oh.
And I had to keep it straight. Apparently, I do well according to you. I was like, how does she do it?
Okay, and so they finally do throw the ball to Xander, and he misses it, and it crashes into this dude who I know from somewhere.
I briefly looked. He is Shannon?
Oh, that's Shannon Rowe?
Shannon Rowe, not to be confused with Chapel Roan.
Right. How could you?
So high school student, like, pretty much full beard.
Yeah.
But high school student.
He's failed couple.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I love that.
You don't even look like 30.
All right, no.
But
what's he in?
Nobody look like a bunch of guest stars.
All right. He's one of those guys, and he uses the R word to Xander. What are you, R word? What? All right, I don't like that. All right,
Something different.
Man, this guy is overreacting. Way overreacting. He's so angry. Why is he so angry?
He's gonna king Xander's ass until it's a brand new shape.
Wow.
What shape would that be?
Well, okay, let's look at it right now. It's kind of butt shaped.
Yes.
It's gonna be flat.
Flat
But yeah, I think Xander's just like, hey dude, it was an accident. And this guy's like, I'm going to kill you. Me and my friends are going to kill you. Okay, so this guy is obviously the bad guy of the episode. All right. Let's find out. Apparently, Cordelia saw that whole little thing. She's not comforting.
No.
She's mean to you.
I mean, I'm going to give her credit. She's still suffering from, what he did to her.
Why talk to him then?
Because it's Cordelia.
I guess.
I mean.
Yeah, but she's like ready with the mean quip.
Yeah, she let him have it.
Yeah.
Another Jimmy Olsen reference.
Another Jimmy Olsen reference. Okay, so Xander is weak and lame, and Jack O'Toole is a big bully, and Jimmy Olsen.
And everybody else in the group has.
And real abilities. He does not. Here's where we find out the title of the episode. The Zeppo comes from. Cordelia says to Xander, "You're useless. You're the Zeppo." And then she does confirm that Jack was left back 3 times.
Which, good for him.
So he's like 21 years old in high school.
Good for him for being a senior and trying to...
Sticking with it.
I mean...
He's a tenacious bully.
Yeah.
All right. But ouch. He's the Zeppo. We're in the cafeteria. A little camera roll over the offerings of the day, which is sauerkraut, hot dogs, and spaghetti, which I think they'd had before in another episode where Cordelia was loading up on that for lunch.
This is the perfect reason why senior high school, the only thing I would eat for lunch from the cafeteria, those giant chocolate chip cookies.
Oh,
that was my lunch every day.
Shipwitches. Ooh,
we would
get those. Oh, they had ice cream in there was like a little counter service thing in the hallway, and you could go get your fries and your chip.
I am a big fan of chip.
Oh, so good. Okay, so then Xander is talking to Oz about what is it that makes one cool, and he's like, Oz, you're cool. What makes you cool? And I'm immediately like, he's in a band, and he's a werewolf. Cool. And then Xander's got to figure out what his thing is.
Yeah, because in 8th grade you played the flugelhorn.
I think it's like a French horn, flugelhorn. And then he says, I got to find my thing.
What is this thing going to be?
What's his thing going to be? I have no idea what his thing... I mean, I would have said in previous episodes, his thing was like a crazy print shirts. Yeah, wardrobe.
It does feel a little bit more subdued than the latest.
It does. This episode for sure.
Yeah, he's very...
Just a solid color sweater over a button down. We get to the library, and Buffy and Giles are talking about the sisterhood of J.
Yeah?
J-H-E.
I like the pronunciation.
J.
Those have friends.
Yeah. So I guess the demon that they killed, they said something earlier about her, so they're female demons. That's why they sound like... Not like orcs from Lord of the Rings, because those are male demons.
And they would sound...
And Oz comes in to lock himself in the cage because I guess tonight's the full moon and he's gonna turn at 5:20.
Yes.
And he turned fast and very quietly, like he's got it under control now.
Well, I mean, he's been doing it for, if not a year, almost a year.
Okay.
So he just
just like us with this podcast, Sean.
We are. Tell you what, the 24th. We are 1 week away from the release of our first episode.
We need to do something fun to celebrate that.
Yes.
So anyway,
Oz turns.
Oz turns, and he gives us a great howl in his horrible costume. Howl!
It was a good howl.
Oh yeah, it was a good howl. Yeah. And right, so Buffy they say that the sisters of Jay are going to open the Hellmouth.
And you forgot.
I did. I totally forgot. It was right there.
Yeah, because you remember the big snapping puppet from season 1 finale?
Yes.
That tried to get out.
Get this shit
on. Oh. So I think they're all the vampire demons. They're all attracted because the Hellmouth is there. It's not really open.
It doesn't just stay open.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not like a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
It's more like a
Publix.
So after the library, Giles, Buffy is outside the school at Willow, filling her in, Willow remembers the scary Nina from When the Hell Not Vulcan.
Better than me.
Yeah. She drinks of it. It's just not dreaming about her other fears. Public nudity and test anxiety, which I don't see Willow with that. Did you have test anxiety?
Yes.
Really?
I had to talk to my counselor about it at school.
I think actually you see that.
We talked about that. Like, I always had to get it done really, really fast. It'd be the first one out.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't anxious in that. I was okay.
Well, it turned out, like, to be an anxiety thing. And she was like, okay, maybe you need to, like, stop. When you're done with the test, go back and review your answers. And just wait a moment.
I want to start cheating.
Boy, my grade stuff went up, like, so fast.
So there you go, going back and forth, we into research mode and all this stuff, and that blue just drives up. 57 Chevy blue. My mom won one of those in a raffle.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I think one of my friends in middle school, her mom had one. She used to pick us up from bowling in it. They're big cars. But that's going to be Xander's thing. Car guy. He's a car guy, and he's got a loud shirt on, so he's back to that.
And the sunglasses.
And sunglasses. He's a doofus.
Buffy asked if it's a Venus metaphor.
And then we cut to, he's like, oh, what do you need? I'll do whatever you need me to do. Cut to Xander getting donuts.
4 jellies and a couple of others.
Yeah? What's your donut order?
I did Dunkin'. I would say my favorite ones are the chocolate cake ones that kind of have like this crackly icing on them. Not like frosting over the top, but they're coated with something. Like a white.
Oh, they're like cake donuts with a hole in the middle.
Yes.
But they're like glazed.
Yeah.
Glazed chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's like my probably number one.
Yeah.
But I'll take anything except
Give me your top 3.
those.
Chocolate glazed.
Chocolate glazed, Boston cream, and the sour cream ones.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
I'm not really a jelly guy.
No.
We just talked about cake last episode. Basically, I eat like a 12-year-old. Those are my favorites. What about you?
Boston cream. What else do I like? I like, and not the, it's not a donut, but the coffee cake muffin that they have at Dunkin' Donuts.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've talked about that. Take it off the top.
Yep.
Top of the muffin chica. And what else do I like? I don't mind a jelly donut. They're pretty good, but they're messy. But I like an apple fritter.
Yeah, that's good. Good.
Good stuff. Okay.
So while he's making the order, Cordelia comes up and starts knocking on him again.
Cordelia's giving him crap. And I said, well, I feel like she's following him around just to give him grief.
Yeah. And while she's doing that, this one girl walks up, loves this.
And I said, this seems to be her thing more than Xander's thing, because she knows everything about this car.
Yeah, she's like Marissa Tomei, my cousin.
There you go.
The defense is wrong.
And he asks her if she wants to go for a ride, and she does, and he tosses some donuts in the back seat, and they take off.
And when she asked him, how does it drive? And he said, like a dream about warm, sticky things. We didn't need that line.
No, that's a Joss line.
He's not the right on this one.
Oh, okay.
But still.
He oversees
all
of it. Final approval, yes. You can need a line in here about warm, sticky things.
So at the Bronze, Xander's with Car Girl.
Yeah.
She is talking about cars.
She's really only interested in him for his car.
And he did a very good job looking bored.
Good acting, Nicholas Brendan.
And Eagle walks in,
For his cameo.
looking very serious. And,
Breathing hard.
This is what I think I don't like about this episode. And it probably was done on purpose because it clearly centered around Xander.
Yeah.
All the other characters seem very one-dimensional. Cordelia's bitchy.
Yeah.
Angel just seems like urgent, been out of breath. Buffy is just like we'll see more, but like on the case, like I just don't like it.
Okay.
But Angel's like, I'm looking for Buffy.
Yeah.
Xander's, well, I can help. And Angel goes off. They go, Xander and Cry Girl go out to the driveway, drive into somebody.
Guess who?
Chaperone.
Chaperone.
Or Mr. O'Toole. Have you seen All Of It's made its way over from TikTok to Reels yet? But this couple are driving on the Belt Parkway, which is a parkway in New York City, and a car cuts them off and then backs into them.
Yes, it's like a scam thing.
Yeah, they all get out of the car like,
They're all like,
and then one of them sees the dash camera and Melanie, but like, we gotta get it.
Yeah, I did see that. That's crazy. That's a crazy world. We're in the library. Oz is still in the cage.
And the werewolf.
As a werewolf. Willow wonders if he senses something like a dog would.
Buffy finds the Sisterhood of J mentioned in a book.
Yep.
Fierce demon warriors. They eat their
foes.
Their foes.
Gross.
You know, Giles storms out. Mad the council won't tell him anything. So he is going to consult the spirit guides. Yeah, that we've heard about. That.
Spirit guide, the Tobin spirit guide.
Not Tobin's
Oh,
spirit
no,
guide.
okay.
The spirit guide that exists outside of time and space. We consulted them a lot in the previous 2.5 seasons of this show.
Maybe they're the ones that Jenny Calendar consults via the interwebs.
Well, she says that they're both.
Global. Yeah.
She said that for
Yeah.
both.
We had somebody comment on our Spotify that they said, we're sorry to tell you, but techno-pagans truly do exist. With castings and the digital stuff. And I said, oh, well, we would love to talk to you then. We have questions, so we'll be reaching out.
So, yeah, Giles is off to contact the spirit guys, but he wants a jelly donut. To eat all the jelly. And if you remember, I specifically called it out before. Xander ordered 4.
He did.
And Willow. But we got 3. That's a lot of donuts.
That's a lot of donuts.
I can't do 3 donuts in a sitting.
I could do 30. If it's Krispy Kreme and they're hot, it's like eating frosted air. Oh, I could do at least 6 of those babies. Like 1 bite each.
Okay.
They melt in your mouth. They're so good.
All right. Yeah.
Tasting. Gotta be doing right.
I think I suggested a donut tasting a couple of instead of you were like, no.
Oh,
Now you're
I'm on board.
cheating.
I'm on board.
Okay.
We'll have to cut them in pieces, though. I can't do
Like a whole donut.
yeah, like
No.
that we're gonna eat.
No, we get like 6.
We're back at the Bronze.
The outside rancher.
Oh, after Xander rear ends Jack O'Toole, but not in a gay way. And they're gonna. Jack O'Toole has a knife, which isn't really a knife. It's like freaking Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, that's
Knife.
probably the setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like all up in Xander's face and like, you know, threatening him and stuff.
The knife has a name.
The knife has name, it's Katie, which is okay, whatever. And then he says, "Know what the difference is between me and you? Fear. Who has the least fear?" And Xander starts to say, "I think it's really who's holding the big knife." And Jack puts the knife in Xander's hand.
Mm-hmm. And then driving girl's like, "I want to go drive."
Oh yeah, she's awful.
And then Jack just slammed Xander onto the hood of the car, took the knife back.
Yeah.
And then a cop showed up. Yeah.
Popo.
Yeah. O'Toole.
I should have known.
And then Jack says, "Hey, we're just wrestling."
We're wrestling.
The only time I ever used it in that spelling.
Yeah.
Is when I'm talking about my dog. They wrestle all the time.
These guys are wrestling. And then the cop looks at Xander and says, "Is he attacking you?" And Xander says, "Nope,
We're wrestling.
just 2 guys wrestling.
But not in a gay way.
Not this is a problematic episode."
Yeah.
Anyway, so then after the cop leaves, O'Toole is like, "Hey, I like you. You could have narc dogged me, but you didn't."
This fit in my mind. Narc should have been Narced. No. Yes. Narced.
Okay.
The subtitle said Nart. I'm writing a letter.
An angry letter like Willow. So then he's like, "Oh, I like you. I was gonna go get my guys and we're gonna go cruising. Let's take your car. Let's go.
We'll have some fun.
Let's go have some
And
fun."
the car driving girl says, "Like driving?"
Yeah.
And they're going to get the
She had an
boys.
audition for that part.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
She had to read those lines in an audition. And then they get in Xander's car, which I noticed has like not even a dent on the front of it. Those cars were serious.
Yeah. My dad had, well, it was a little bit later, but like a 70s Cadillac.
Yeah.
And I drove in that, like a learning drive. That thing was a tank.
Yeah, same. Mine was a 78 Buick Skylark, eight cylinder, and it was humongous.
So they, Xander asked if they're driving, "Well, where are we going to go?" And now, like, the cemetery. Immediately you see cuts to the cemetery.
Write this show now, you guys. This is confusing. They're in the cemetery, Xander and Cargirl and O'Toole. And O'Toole is doing some kind of ritual over a grave, where I guess he's trying to raise the person that's in a grave. It works.
Yeah.
And he busts out, and it's a football player dude
Named
with
Bob.
looks like Nate Bob with the bullet hole in his head, but he's like fully, he's not really decayed too much, a little bit, but he's like fully conscious and his old self, not zombie fine at all. He's like, hey dude, hey, you came from a Texas Walker Ranger, what's going on? Well, you know what I meant. And so he's like, let's go, what are we doing? And then he's like, let's go raise the other guys. So are these all like friends that O'Toole knew and they all died around the same time? They were all buddies and...
Well, it is Sunnydale, so I'm not surprised that they're dead.
Okay.
But yes, I think
they go raise the next guy. It looks like he got into some kind of accident, like half of his face and all.
Yeah. So it's been so long since this episode aired that Walker, Texas Ranger had a reboot with Jared Padalecki.
Yes.
So thought that was funny.
It's a long time.
So yeah, so they're raising the friends. Carl got scared and ran.
She ran. It took her a while to get scared. I don't know if she was in shock, but she stood there for quite a while before she screamed and ran away.
Yes.
I was like, wow, she's taking this very well.
She probably thought he was raising a car from the ground.
She was hoping. She's like, car. So we see Giles is in the cemetery as well, trying to get in touch with the spirit guides, who sound like this.
Like
Yeah, like a cloud. Yeah. Wow, we will not help you. Don't bother us again.
And they just drift off.
We're in the bath. And then, they drift off. And then Xander shows up and is like trying to get Giles, I think, to say, come with me, because he doesn't want to hang out with O'Toole and his dead buddies anymore. But again, in this episode, Giles seems to be very, like, not paying attention, not observant, not picking up on social clues. Maybe he's, got a little, he's on the spectrum somewhere, not picking up on those social cues. But anyway, he's like, well, something's coming, it's different, it feels different, and we all are going to be called upon when it happens.
But we have a couple of weeks.
And in the meantime, O'Toole and his buddies are like, come on, let's boat her.
Why didn't Xander just say, hey, there are these dead guys behind me. Help.
He did say when Giles said it smells like the stench of death, and he said, that's Bob. But that's what I'm saying, is Giles didn't look up and go, who's Bob? Who are you with? Who are these guys you're with? Your new friends that are not Buffy and Willow. Buffy is with Willie the Snitch, and he is beat up.
Yeah.
I guess the demons paid him a visit. And he's saying it's going to happen tonight, and you should go find Angel. This is bad news. I like Willie the Snitch.
Yeah.
I like this actor that's playing Willie the Snitch. He's really effectively portraying somebody that would be named Willie the Snitch.
He's a good actor. We're going to see.
Yeah, he's good. Here's my question, though. They haven't really shown us, like, Giles was like, I feel this is really different. And Buffy's like, I sense that this is different. I mean, we have no evidence that this is different. I mean, of all the demons and vampires, all, like, the judge and all the people we've fought against so far, why do they, why? What evidence do we have? I mean, we read it in a book that they're fierce demons.
I think it's intentional because, again, they're making the big bad in this episode one-sided because it's all about that.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
I don't like it.
They don't want to give it too much detail. All right. So Xander's in the car with all his new dead friends, and O'Toole is not dead.
No.
Again, this doesn't make sense to me, but okay. And then they're all like, woo-hoo, again, like fully, like, just back in their lives.
Let's go get a beer.
Let's go get some beer. And then the other one says, I want to bake a cake, which sounds funny. But then they're like, all right, then we're going to go bake the cake, which obviously does not mean they're going to go home with some Duncan Hines in the kitchen.
Which, for me, it's what
I know. I thought of that. I was like, oh, that's your guy, Sean. We're going to go back to Choices and bake a cake. No.
So they go to the hardware store.
They go to the hardware store. They smash open the plate glass window.
Yeah.
We have not had a PG in a while. So I'm glad it's back. And, of course, Xander is, like, freaking out now because he's doing crime.
Mm-hmm.
He's involved in a crime. He's the criminal element.
He was in Criminal Minds. Several episodes.
Ooh. Venn diagram. So that's his thing now. He's got a cool car and he does crime. He's not comfortable with this, and he sees Willow coming out of Bob's magic
Uncle Bob's Magical Cabinet.
Uncle Bob's Magical Cabinet, which is, I assume, the New Age store that we've seen the inside of.
The magic store, yes.
Right, the magic store. So he's like, well, and he's again like, you need my help? What can I do? And she's like, just now we're gonna go do this. You take care. And
again, like she's stressing like it's a dire situation.
yeah, it's a dire situation. It's happening tonight. I love you, Xander.
I love you.
I gotta go.
Yep. And then so he goes back to the Dead Boys, and Jack O'Toole and
Jack and the Dead Boys.
yeah, they think he was gonna just ditch them, and they're like, well, because he's not initiated,
Right?
And that means you gotta die.
Which what? No, it doesn't, because Jack O'Toole is not dead, and he's in the club.
So we find out that Jack is dead.
He is dead. Bye-bye.
Yeah, but he was resurrected by his grandpappy.
Grandpappy.
Within a week of being dead.
Yes.
So that's why he looked so fresh.
Yes.
So now I'm wondering, like, did the other three who are clearly were their plans to
No, three. Bob, the guy off the bridge, and the guy with the sheared off head.
Okay. So did the other three, like, was there a plan to resurrect them all along?
Right.
Or are they just happy to be back? And
Yeah.
chill?
Well, and so that's part of the confusing part. Like, he's like, I can't believe it raised me. Like, did you talk about this before y'all died? Like, if something happens to us,
Call Grandpappy.
call Grandpappy, and we're gonna raise each other.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that Bob and them died first, allowing
Jack and his Grandpappy.
right.
So Xander really runs away.
Yeah. Smart.
And
So I said, when they smashed the plate glass, why didn't he just zoom off to go to the police station?
And then he gets back to the car and just drives off with. He did a very good job of the like I'm driving with be like. Thanks. Xander drove off from the Dead Boys.
Yes.
And he drives by Faith fighting one of the sisters in Jay.
Right.
Slams into the sisters.
Yes. She gets thrown off her bowels.
Faith jumps into the car.
Yep, they take off. They go right to Faith's nasty little motel room. And then this is the scene where Sean was like, ew.
So gross.
Faith is like, oh, I'm just so worked up. And no kill.
She's about to pop.
I'm about to pop. She's got to channel that energy. We saw this last episode with Buffy and Angel where they were doing their training, and then she had energy to burn. You got energy to burn.
It feels. She feels so seedy.
She got energy to burn, so she starts like touching everything to it.
Yeah. That's like, and just the music, it felt like...
It was like porn music.
Yes.
It was seedy. It was seedy. But then that scene is like, oh, gross. But then it comes back around and she basically...
Kicked it out.
Kicks him out.
I got to shower. Get out.
It's like, oh, like, after dress. Thanks, it was fun. Bye. That's pretty funny. Xander is getting back in the car. Oh, no. Wait. Back up.
Oh, yeah. Library.
We're in the library, and Ons is very upset in his werewolf form.
I would be too if I knew had Faith and Xander outside.
He's obviously upset about something, probably senses what's going on, right? Why? I missed why they decided they had to trank him. Couldn't sleep in the cage?
It's coming.
Okay. So they said they gotta trank him. So why can't they just do it while he's in the cage?
How are they going to get
this show?
How are they going to trank him through the door of the...
It's a cage!
No, but it's like Jeff Parsons' way.
Whatever. She can shoot through that.
No, she can't. It's so tiny little bit.
All right. She could just stick that gun right through there.
Through the book return slot.
Maybe.
But that's...
All right.
Okay, yes, I agree.
So anyway, you don't agree. Don't patronize me. So, Willow's got the gun, the trank gun, and Giles gonna open the door and she's gonna shoot him.
Shouldn't it have been the other way?
Yeah, it should have been.
Giles
Yes,
involved in the gun.
of course it should.
I love Willow, but she's a tiny, not round.
Which we see because as soon as the door is open, Oz attacks. And she gets one shot, but then that doesn't take him down, so she's got to freaking reload, like, to get the shell out of her pocket, put it in the gun, blah, blah, blah. They can't have 2 shots loaded in that gun. What kind of lame-ass weapon is this? Anyway, Giles is trying to hold him back, and she gets him, and he's out. And then we go to Xander in the car, getting in the car, and he checks out what was in those bags that the dead guys stole, and put into bags. That was pretty, good packing.
Yeah.
They didn't just grab arms and stuff, and it was kerosene and was there gunpowder?
I think that's if you.
And he says, "Hey,
They're not baking a cake.
they're not baking a cake," which he couldn't have figured out just by the fact they were at the hardware store, not Publix. Whatever. Okay. And then he's like, "Okay, go think." He's like staring straight into the camera. I just had sex. No, wait.
Some people know what to do.
Yeah, speeds off.
And then the scene cuts to Buffy talking to Angel.
I don't know what to do.
I do like when they do stuff like that. That's fun. Angel and Buffy are having a moment.
Yes.
Angel wants Buffy to not be involved. Go away, I can handle this.
Right.
Yeah, I can't have you done.
Yeah.
Buffy and Angel love
Nothing can separate us, even death. The sweeping music.
And then Xander's just there like, hey,
Hey.
the music stops. And he's like, I got a thing. And they're just both like looking at him like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I guess I could just go handle it on my own. You need help? And they're just,
No.
he leaves. They look until the music starts to jam.
Buddy.
You said, like, it's like we're watching a different episode.
Yeah, I said there's no substance between all of these non-Xander scenes we're watching. It's like, the whole episode that we haven't really been watching is kind of happening on the side here. Yeah, it's weird.
And then in the library, we find out that they drugged Oz to basically take him away from the Hellmouth opening.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Giles and Ola doing some kind of binding spell. That's that, really. And then the camera pan, or like the scene shifts to below the school basement.
The not dead guys.
Yeah, with the cake.
Yep.
Bomb.
Yep.
And they're going to blow up the school again.
So this is where the episodes come together, finally.
Yes.
We see the demon, the big scary demon that's
Came out of
open
the
the hell
Hellmouth. All the
mouth.
tendrils,
And
yeah.
it's horrible looking. I mean, it's not horrible in a scary way, horrible in a cheap
No.
effects way.
It looked better than in season 1, but yes, it's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But everybody's fighting it except Xander.
Yes. Xander is dealing with the not dead guys.
And the bomb in the basement.
Yes. And the bomb in the basement, right. And so they kind of cut back and forth between them two. It's kind of funny. I like this part where they kind of get... So there's like all this craziness going on with Buffy and Faith and the rest. And they're in the library fighting off this demon, this huge demon. And when the Xander and the dead guys not dead guys, are running through, and one of them stops at the little window, and he's like, whoa.
Felt very Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, it was kind of Scooby-Doo-ish. Yeah. And Xander, one of them, another little plate glass moment when Bob smashes the fire axe and takes fire axe because it's good for chopping. But then, let's see, what happens?
The Sisters of Jay take out 2 of them.
Yes. Xander takes out Bob by throwing the vending machine on him.
Yeah.
Death by grape soda.
That's
That's the episode title, Death by grape soda? Okay, all right.
And then down in the basement, Xander's looking at the bomb, trying to figure out if he could just use it. There's like 2 minutes left.
Yes.
Jack shows up.
Yes.
They have some banter.
Yes.
And Xander's like, I'll just let it go. And Jack's, I'm already dead. And Xander reminds him, yeah, you're dead, but you're not like,
Blown up by a bomb dead.
Yeah.
So who's got more fear? And it turns out Jack's got more fear. And he unplugs the bomb.
While all that's going on they seem to be making traction with dealing with the big scary demon upstairs.
So Giles is doing some kind of incantation. And he's like, yeah, Buffy, what was that her signals do? It looked like she gave one little chim chop and a limb.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was going to be it. Like she was going to
Kill it.
they kill it. Yeah,
Yeah.
she did not.
Yeah.
And then Xander's like, I think you're done here. I don't want to see you around school. And he knows all cool and stuff. And he walks out. And it's kind of funny that Jack doesn't give this little sassy remark until Xander well out of the room. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. Opens the door and gets taken out by Oz.
Yep.
Oswald.
I did forget about that.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Cut to the courtyard at school for the epilogue, and they're all talking about how did they kill it or it's just gone.
Yeah.
We're missing crucial details that happened in this other episode that we didn't see.
But it was the worst thing they have there. So Angel to have a near-death experience. And Willow's never going to forget it. But we didn't see any of it.
We don't know anything they're talking about.
Xander comes up, and they're like, "Oh, good thing you weren't there last night." And, he's on my. He's like, "I had my own thing, and I dealt with it.
Right.
Then I had sex." So he goes walking off. So 90s guitar riff starts playing.
Yeah.
Cordelia comes up to give some more, flat Cordelia crap.
Yeah.
And he just smiles and walks away.
Yeah.
And it ends.
Yeah.
How many steaks did you give this one?
I give this one 1.5 steaks.
1 1/4.
Wow, 1 1/4.
Like, one is our lowest. Like, we don't go below 1.
We haven't yet.
I'm not, no.
We gotta get at least 1.
I'm giving it the
There were a couple funny things.
That's the only reason why I'm giving it 1/4.
There were a couple funny things.
And it's not because this was a Xander episode. Like, Xander gets a lot of crap
Yeah.
On the internet. I think they could have done an episode surrounding him that actually was a true episode. This just feels so out of place.
Yeah.
With like all this backstory and then nothing found.
Yeah.
And all the characters being one-sided.
Yeah, you would have thought at the end when they were doing that whole thing with the big monster, they would have wrapped it up and given us a little more. They're not substance to this one.
But I think this one, and I don't think I have watched this one since I originally saw it on January. Hold on, let me get there. January 26, 1999, and I don't think not seeing it again. I don't think I've said that before about one of these episodes. Like, this is worse than the hyenas. This is just like the worst one.
It's pretty hard. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, when I saw this was the one that I happened to show to my friend Trixie Sticks.
Oh,
I get her to watch this show. This did not convince her. We started again being in season 4, and that's not her in.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Favorite line?
I don't even know. I don't know. What was yours?
Something about 4 jellies. Giles and the 4 jellies.
I'm not even giving a favorite line. I don't even have no.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
No. However,
moving on.
We have season 3, episode 14, Bad Girls.
Bad girls, bad girls.
What is it about?
It's about Buffy and Faith. They're the bad girls.
Okay. What are they doing to make them
Teaming
bad?
up.
Okay.
And Buffy is kind of, because she doesn't really have a formal watcher now, so she's going to kind of like do things the way Faith does, like on the edge. Live on the edge.
Okay. Good song.
Break us the rules. Living on the edge.
Okay.
Tell them about the socials.
So we are everywhere except for X and Snapchat. Do all that crap. At the Sunnydale Diaries. We have an email address, thesunnydalediaries@gmail.com. Please send us an email. Convince us this is a good episode. I want to see you try.
Good luck.
Or just send us any other thoughts.
Or sign with us and feel free to vent.
We have a website, thesunnydalediaries.com. There is a link on that main page to get an invite to our Discord server, which could use some fresh blood.
Yes.
There will soon be a link on there to download our 2025 Jenny calendar.
Yes.
And there may be info soon about a new contest. We are working through that. We're noodling. Please leave us a review or a rating if you can. Get the word out about the Sunnydale Diaries. Let your friends know. Tell your teachers. Tell your parents. Tell your pet sitter.
Random people at the airport. Whatever you want.
We were at a concert together yesterday. We both happened to wear our Sunnydale Diary shirts. And more than once, people came up to us and said, I have to ask you a question. We were both excited. And stickers that are fond.
It was the emotional roller coaster.
And it was like, how much did you pay for long seats? Is that good food?
We both had the face crumple, I think.
We did, yes.
Oh. Well, yeah, we did. But you want to know about the podcast?
So, any other thoughts on the Zeppo?
No, I'm ready to let it go.
Okay. We'll be back next week with Bad Girls.
Bye.
Bye.